Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all my family member, friends, loved ones, and especially my subscribers. Guys, can I please ask you a special favor is to re-subscribe to my YouTube channel. YouTube took it down for something I said in the videos and I lost all my subscribers. So I need you to resubscribe and so that you can get your free testimonial every week and that you can help me get some of my revenue back for doing all this work or for the testimonials every week. So I just want to tell you a little bit about the Power of Life Voice X39. It reactivates your own stem cells in your body, and every couple of days you get brand new stem cells. This is what it looks like. It's a non-invasive patch that you stick on your body, and there's no needles, there's no pain, there's nothing going into your body. This is what reactivates your stem cells, because when you turn 30 you lose half of your stem cells, and when you turn 60 you lose the rest, so you haven't got any working stem cells in your body to recover injuries or to sort out all the diseases that's coming into your body. And that's why the old people always get this arthritis, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, diabetes, virtually anything in your body, stem cells fight it. So that's why when you're a youngster, you hardly get sick and you recover very quickly. But when you are old, from the old school, then it takes forever to recover if you hurt yourself or anything like that. So that's what stem cells does. When you're young, you've got thousands of stem cells in your body, and that recovers anything. You can break a bone, and in the next week you can play sport again. So this is the testimonial of 2024, week number 30, which is epilepsy. Quite a big problem in the world today, and the same testimonial as a stroke, epilepsy and stroke. So you're getting double up on this week's testimonial, and my presenter on my second slide he's also got her own testimonial. She's from Spain, and she'll also give you a testimonial there. But as you can see on the slide, we hold 180 patents. We're in 87 countries in the world, and I'm on a mission to help as many people all over the world as I can. So that's what I'm here for. When I had COVID, I made a promise to myself. If I get through COVID, then I want to help people that are suffering and living with pain in the world. And this is my mission. I'm at this, trying to get to our target for LifeWays is 1 billion families all over the world. So help us there, let's get there, let's help the people that are suffering and that are in pain and having major issues in their lives at the moment. So yeah, like I say, we hold 180 patents on this product, and this is not the only product, there's a couple of them. It's the X39, as you can see here. Oops, you can't see it clearly. And then we've got Iceway for pain and all that type of thing. So that's how it looks. It's 30 patches in a sleeve like this. This is the medical patch. And it's the only technology of its kind in the world today. I want to welcome you to the Lifeway family. We call it a family. Please like, subscribe and share on my YouTube channel. I've got a landing page there with a list of disease in that. Go through that, and if you have one of those diseases or issues relate to one of your family member, friends or loved ones, drop me a message and tell me which one they're having an issue with, and I'll send you live testimonials back. And because you've seen this video, I will be your distributor. I'll hook you up to the product so you can also get the product, use it, and send me some more testimonials every month. On the next slide is how this product works. You know, how you put it on you and all that type of thing. And my presenter there will give you a testimonial of her own. Her brother had cancer, and she also had a couple of issues. So that will be on the next slide. And then the testimonial slide is a lady from Spain that her child had a stroke and suffers with epilepsy. And after wearing this for a couple of weeks, the child is already going off the tablets for epilepsy, because the epilepsy is come right. So please stay to the end and watch it there. And then the last slide is where you will find my number. You can WhatsApp me, email me, or Telegram, whatever you're using, and I'll tell me which is the issue, and I'll send you live testimonials on people that are using the patch and the tremendous satisfaction they're getting out of the patch. So please stay until the end, and thanks for spending the time with me, and I'll see you on the last slide. Thanks, and stay healthy, stay young, and stay strong. And we'll see you at the end. Thank you for spending the time. Bye.
Amazing. Good evening, everybody. That is us on 8 o'clock. Welcome to everybody who's joining us from wherever you are in the world. We are thrilled to have you with us this evening. My name is Paige, and I am a South African, but I live in Belgium, which is why it's still light for me outside. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're joining us from. I'm super thrilled this evening to be presenting with Helen. So Helen, I'd just like to give you a moment to introduce yourself and to say hi.
Sure. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and thank you, Paige. We welcome you all to the call, and we'd like to extend a thank you to everyone who's invited you here, because what you're going to hear tonight is truly going to impact your life. I'm really blessed to have come across this amazing technology. The reason why I tested it on myself was because I had a family member who had undergone cancer and had gone through extreme radiation and chemotherapy. And I saw the impact that it had on his life. And I had decided to look for a non-invasive way to assist him in his recovery. And what better way to try to do that than to try the product on myself? It had impacted me in an incredible way, because I myself had been injured by a chiropractor who literally dislocated my neck. I had landed in a state of paralysis in different, in my neck and my arms and my legs, not consistently, but it was in and out of hospital for almost 7 years. And I didn't really know what it was like to live without pain anymore. So after having tried the patches, and I saw how amazing I had felt and recovered through this incredible stem cell reactivation in my personal body, I decided to share it with my brother, and I've seen an amazing improvement. So I'm really, really grateful, Paige, for sharing this with the world now.
Thanks
Being
for
able to-
sharing with us your story.
Absolutely.
I think many people on the call this evening have their own stories about how their lives have changed when they've started using the patches. And I myself am also one of them. And I think later on in the presentation, Helen, you might give me the opportunity to share some stories. But for now, that's something that you can all look forward to. So Helen has given you a taste of what's to come. And I'm going to start off by sharing a little bit more detail around what we're here to speak about this evening. I'm sharing information about a stem cell reactivation patch that is produced by a company called LifeWave. And the patch itself is called X39. So that's what you see in the bottom right of the screen. What this patch does is through phototherapy or light therapy, it works on a peptide that all of us have in our bodies called the GHKCU copper peptide. What a peptide is it is just a collection of amino acids, and it is clinically proven that this particular copper peptide has the ability to reactivate stem cells that have gone dormant. So this is doing work internally on your own stem cells without introducing anything foreign to the body, which is part of why people are able to experience such phenomenal results, because there is no risk of rejection. But perhaps to get us started, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play a short video that provides an overview of the technology, and we'll go from there.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. LifeWave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself.
Sorry, there we go. What I really love about this video is the way it describes the patch acting as almost a point of reflection at the place where you put the patch on the skin. And so all of our bodies, if you've ever been through an infrared scanner, all of our bodies are emitting various wavelengths of heat or light. And these patches work to act like a mirror on the surface of the skin, to send those specific wavelengths of heat back into the body that are then able to work on the copper peptide and in turn able to work on the reactivation of our stem cells. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to talk through LifeWave's history as a company in a little bit of detail, just so that everybody feels orientated about where the company started. So LifeWave was established in 2004, and so it is a 20-year-old company, and a significant portion of the last 20 years has been spent doing extensive research and conducting clinical trials to be able to establish that these patches do actually achieve the results that we say that they do. In 2019, however, X39, which is what we are predominantly speaking about this evening, entered the market. And so you can see what happened to the company's turnover as X39 started to gain momentum. we went from 20 million in 2021 all the way through to 430 million in 2023. And that is because of the incredible power that the X39 carries. And Helen is going to talk about that in a little bit more detail. But at the moment, if you consider where the company started in America in 2004, at the moment, LifeWave is available in 87 countries globally, which is quite a remarkable footprint, and really does attest to the credibility of both the company and the product. The man who invented the patch, David Schmidt. David Schmidt is a scientist, and he has a keen interest in anti-aging and age reversal. So he spent his career doing a lot of work and research in how to support the body in maintaining health, longevity, and vitality. He then happened to discover the power that stem cells hold for the anti-aging or the age reversal process. And that is when he focused his research on stem cells in 2008. And the X39 itself, like I said, took 10 years of research and patenting to establish and to be ready to come to market, in addition to a rather sizable bill of $4.5 million in research and patent fees that all needed to be finalized before David could launch to market. I've spoken about patents, and I think that it's really important just to understand in general the purpose and the relevance of a patent. So a patent serves the purpose of, first of all, protecting a company and a product from other entities who may wish to duplicate or copy that specific technology. And in this case, David has extensive protection by patents. He has over 180 patents. And why the patent matters is because in order to secure a patent, you need to be able to prove that your product does, in fact, do what you say it does. And that is where the importance of the clinical trials came in, because a significant amount of time was spent researching and clinically proving that the patches do, in fact, reactivate stem cells. And that, in turn, enabled David to secure multiple patents over the technology. What's lovely about that is that it means that LifeWave is the only brand and the only company through which these patches can be purchased. The New England Journal of Medicine has stated that the #1 indicator of wellness is directly correlated to the number of adult stem cells that one has in the bloodstream. Now, I've mentioned stem cells repeatedly since I started speaking, and when I started my journey, I didn't know what a stem cell was. So Helen, perhaps I can hand over to you, and you can tell us more about what a stem cell is and why it's important.
Thank you, Paige. Absolutely. Stem cells are the only cells that actually have the potential to differentiate into any other cell in the body. And they can produce and form any heart cells, bone cells, tissue cells, kidney cells, liver cells. Imagine a whole team of workers at home where you have the builders, the engineers, the plumbers, and there's issues in the house and they need to fix the windows and the broken tiles and the pipes. That's what the stem cell does. It actually has the ability to go and repair and the entire house, the entire body. That is the magic of this particular cell. And it has an incredible ability to heal, repair any organ or tissue, regardless of whether it's diseased or stressed or inflamed. Thank you, Paige. So why is this X39 stem cell activation patch so important? Remember that we are born with a myriad and billions and billions of stem cells as a child. But as we grow older, they actually start to become dormant. By age 30, we only have 50% that are active. And by age 60, we may only have 10% that are active. So this is why we start to see the body aging and how injuries and disease starts to set in, because those stem cells are actually sleeping. Paige, could you just turn to the next slide, please? Thank you. So we're saying that this particular patch is the holy grail of anti-aging. Why? Because it's actually helping to reactivate the collagen, the copper peptide, so that it can go and wake up these sleeping dormant skin cells and stem cells, sorry. And the patch itself is actually made up of organic nanocrystals, which is made up of water, salt, sugar, and stabilized oxygen. And we have a number of different patches, which we'll explain later in the presentation. And each one of these nanocrystals are actually going to stimulate a different peptide in the body. So when the light of your body leaves the body, it actually touches the nanocrystal and reverberates back into the body in a different frequency, therefore stimulating and activating the copper peptide, which in turn is going to activate your stem cell. Now, these patches are non-invasive, they're non-transdermal, then unlike any nicotine patches or hormonal patches, and they actually have a 3M medical adhesive that you actually place on top of the body. Should you be allergic to the patch, it's absolutely no problem, because you can certainly place it in the inside of your collar or outside of the collar or the t-shirt. As long as it's close to the body, it will still work very effectively. Now, what happens when you actually activate those stem cells? So you will definitely experience at least 8 of these incredible benefits. And if you only experience one of these benefits, you are certainly at a far greater position than when you started wearing the patch. You will find that it's definitely going to increase rapid pain relief, whether the pain is a bodily pain or headaches, or whether it's from a health condition or an injury. It will definitely eliminate or subside. You will certainly see a reduction in inflammation, and that includes the joints, the muscles, as well as the brain. You will find that it will certainly support your wound healing. We see that in youngsters, when a child falls down or falls off his bike and he grazes his knee or cuts his knee open, he will heal very quickly. But if an adult had to fall down, they will certainly not heal as fast. And this is why we definitely need the stem cells, and the activation of the stem cells will definitely help us to support our wound healing as we get older. It certainly does bring an increase in energy and vitality as parallel to that we experienced during our youth, because a lot of people are really stressed. They feel very lethargic and have a lack of energy and feel continuously tired. Even if they reach midday, they want to go and have a nap. And we know that in the European countries where it's very hot, people do tend to sleep and have a siesta. But this patch definitely stimulates that energy, and you can actually maintain your energy throughout the day. You'll see an incredible increase in mental clarity. Remember that after the pandemic, a lot of people had suffered from brain fog, and it's critical for us to gain our mental clarity. Many people, as they age, they wear their glasses on their head, and they walk into a room and they ask you if you've seen their glasses, or they'll have a bunch of keys in their hand and ask where the keys are. I don't know if you've experienced this, Paige, but it certainly happened to me. So we definitely see an improvement in mental clarity. With our sports performance, we will see an amazing increasing in sports performance and faster recovery during exercise. And we'll see a reduction in stiffness and joint pain, which we'll expand on certainly as we move through the presentation. And one thing that's absolutely amazing and definitely welcome to all of us is to see an improved skin appearance as our collagen is depleted as we age. We know that collagen is a fundamental protein that stimulates that supports our bones and strengthens our system. It gives us elasticity to our various tissues in the body. And it will definitely be found in all the skin, the bones, the tendons, the ligaments, and cartilage and connective tissue. So it's critical, and we're very excited about having to activate our stem cells and see all these amazing benefits. How do we actually wear the X39? We simply just place it at the back of the neck or under the belly button. And that's the reason why we put it in these two positions, is because during the clinical trials, they found that these two positions were very powerful meridians, which had an effective result. Once you've worn it for 12 hours, you please should take it off. Even though it may have a 14 to 16 hour lifespan within the nanocrystals, you'll find that they dissipate with time, but because they do have some life in them still, you are welcome to use them on your animals and your flowers, and you'll see an incredible results with that as well. And all you have to do is get into that daily habit of wearing them 12 hours off and 12 hours on. So what you can do is place them near your toothbrush as a reminder should you forget. And please remember also to drink lots of water, as this will assist the frequencies to be transmitted throughout the body. Now, thank you. What actually happens when you do wear the patch? You are going to see the body transforming miraculously. Now, we know that we need to give it time. Everything in life requires time. You can't plant the seed and get the harvest straight away. So too, when you wear the patch, there's a scientific protocol where you'll see an incredible development from the very first day where 4,000 genes begin to reset. To 6 weeks, the brain starts to become balanced. We see a decrease in PTSD, which is post-traumatic syndrome, anxiety and depression. We've noticed that throughout the community, a lot of members have reported to have reduced or weaned themselves completely off the antidepressants and their sleeping tablets. Within 3 months, the collagen is increased, and it will see a decrease in our wrinkles. Our hair growth will increase. We'll see an incredible increase in structural integrity of both the skeletal and muscular systems. And with 6 months, ladies and gentlemen, to our greatest delight, you will see that your heart can reverse by 8 years, as has been proven with David Schmidt, our founder, who had been tested and scanned, and it definitely reflects a much younger heart for his age. He's a 65-year-old, isn't he, Paige, in his 60s, and yet his heart looks like a 35-year-old. I find that absolutely amazing. And as David, our inventor, had said, it's not anti-aging, but it's age reversing. We are so blessed to come across this technology, as we cannot control the aging process, but we certainly are excited to see it reversing. We recommend that everybody wears the patch for at least a 90-day protocol, please. At least 90 days. Why? Because the body needs time to get into a state of homeostasis and to balance. Even though we have seen people have a one patch, one day experience, this does not mean that everybody is going to experience it as fast as a day or a week, hours or minutes. Some people only see results within a couple of months. And why? Because we are all unique. We are all different. We all live a different lifestyle. We've been experienced to different diets, environmental influences, toxicity. Some people don't sleep enough. Some people don't eat enough good nutrients and good food. We have a very poor diet. So truly, please do make sure that you calm those that you get into a very good routine of drinking a lot of water, of sleeping enough hours during the evening, and eating a healthy diet, please. I really do encourage that, so that the patches can actually do their work optimally. We're going to go through a couple of slides reflecting the difficulty that people face when they do have inflammation in the body, and to see the amazing results after having applied the X39 patches in order to see the changes and reduction of inflammation. This particular slide reflects a woman who was we took a 77-year-old lady and had actually placed the X39 behind her neck. Before we started, we saw that her brain, which depicts the inflammation with the red in the slide, she had very little stem cell activity. There was a complete lack of brain coherence. We know that we need inflammation in the body, but a small amount in order for the body to actually respond and to do its healing process. But should your body have a lot of inflammation, it certainly can cause an incredible amount of problems and in our health and structural integrity. After 3 weeks, on the X39, there was no more inflammation, and we saw a vast improvement in brain coherence. And within 6 weeks, there was a complete turnaround and improved stem cell activity and incredible brain coherence. Paige, I'm so thrilled to see the results, because as we know, as we age, the stem cells in the body and organs, brain and heart, liver and kidneys go dormant, and we need them to wake up. What this slide depicts is inflammation in the upper muscles of the back, which is the trapezius, as well as down the rectus abdominis, which is the abdominal muscle, which stretches from the rib cage to the stomach. In the first two slides, you can see an incredible level of inflammation. And after the X39 had been applied, look how the inflammation had actually remarkably diminished. On the right-hand side, Paige, this actually impresses me vastly, because this lady suffering from arthritis between her thumb and her fingers wasn't even wearing the patch. She literally held the patch in her hand. She was holding the X39 in her hand, and within 30 minutes, her inflammation had reduced remarkably. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. When people tell us that our technology has a placebo effect, we really will debunk it with this slide over here, because animals, horses, cats and dogs, babies cannot lie. And here in this picture, we see the horse suffering tremendously from an incredible deepened inflammation due to not only the red in the right-hand side where we're looking at the body inside. It's not only a deep red, but a purple, which shows that the inflammation was extremely severe. And after wearing the Aeon patch, we see how the coat had shined, it was shining, and the horse was standing up with so much more confidence, and it looked so much happier. The owner must have been pleased as well, Paige.
Great.
Absolutely.
That saved a hefty vet bill.
This particular dog belongs to one of our community members, and it was quite sad for her to wake up and find her dog paralyzed from the waist down. Both the hind legs were completely paralyzed, and after having gone for a consultation to the vet, we found out that the dog had to undergo surgery, and much to the owner's sadness, she said, I don't want to operate on my dog. It's going to cost over $30,000. Can we not do something more less invasive? Paige, you can play the video, please. So what the owner did was actually patch the dog with an X39, strapped it around its waist, and literally within 4 days, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like you to see what a remarkable change this poor animal had experienced. You can see how he's struggling to crawl. And now after 4 days, this little chap is only too pleased to run around with the other dogs in the garden. Absolutely wonderful. We love our pets, and we definitely don't want to see them suffering. Okay, moving on to the skin. We find that after a certain age, we lose our collagen, and we find that the skin becomes very taut and wrinkled. The facial muscles absolutely start to change and atrophy. And what is so remarkable here, with just the application of the X39 patch, after 9 weeks, 5 months, 45 days, and over a year, we can see the complete transformation within their facial features here, seeing that the crow's feet over the eyes had been completely diminished, the sagging lips had lifted, the drooping eyelids had lifted, and we can definitely see the skin tone improving, especially on the collage and around the eyes, which is so amazing. And Paige, I'm truly impressed by this, because this was without any medical intervention, no fillers and no injections.
Yeah,
so if people do give it the time, they will certainly see the results. Please do be patient and allow your body to heal. We find a lot of people in the community suffering with autoimmune conditions. And on the left-hand side, we can see this gentleman suffering from vertigo. There is an incredible reflection of pigmentation, and only after 3 months, this gentleman is smiling, his eyes are have lit up, and you certainly cannot see any trace of pigmentation. Hey, Paige, what a remarkable transformation. The lady on the far left had been suffering from Bell's palsy. She had atrophy in her muscles around the mouth and the eye, and only after 3 months, she's taken off her patch. You can see clearly through both eyes, and she's smiling, and I'm sure she's so pleased to see the results, the incredible results. Many people have been suffering from skin conditions, whether it be psoriasis, itchy skin, redness. They've tried lotions and potions throughout years and really haven't seen much results. And if they have, it hasn't been long term. And within just 10 days, guys, we can see an incredible improvement. And with some, it's actually completely diminished. So I find that absolutely relieving for people suffering with that condition. And after surgery, we are finding that a lot of plastic surgeons are now using the X39 to help their patients to recover through and to improve their wound healing. So within just 12 days, look at how that scar had actually lightened and almost disappeared. Very, very grateful for that. Right. What happens to a lot of people is they suffer tremendously with blood circulation. On the right-hand side, we can see a slide that is actually showing the blood. When it's clumped together, you know that it's definitely not healthy because there is no clean blood flow. This can actually cause thrombosis and a lot of complications when somebody is suffering with clotting of the blood cells. And after only 10 minutes of wearing the patches, look at how these cells have dispersed and are actually oxygenated so beautifully. Now we can start having proper blood circulation, and this is crucial to maintain overall health. So on the left, where you see this person suffering from very bad circulation, we can see how the vascularity was severely compromised on the foot. He placed the patch on the foot, and what we're saying here is, with the X39, yes, the 2 positions behind the neck and under the belly button was the 2 very critical points for use during the clinical trials because they were effective. We know that the X39 is actually a pluripotent patch. It can work systemically and help the body heal anywhere. So if you've got a problem with your feet, you're welcome to place it on your foot as this gentleman did. And within 5 days, it had incredible improvement. You're welcome to place it on your shoulder, your back, your knee, wherever you're feeling a bit of discomfort or pain, and watch the transformation take place. As did the lady here on the right. She had incredible swelling of the feet, which is edema, and we know that when that happens, it's really uncomfortable. This person obviously wasn't very, couldn't really be very mobile, constantly raised their legs to try and get some blood circulation. Raising the legs can help you only to a certain point. With the X39, however, we can see remarkable elimination of the toxins and the water retention, and this person can obviously now have a much more healthier life and be able to walk and enjoy her exercise once again. Many people suffer from wounds and weeping wounds, on the right-hand side, we see this little boy, this youngster, he had actually had a snowboarding accident, Paige? Yes. And he had cuts and bruises to his face. He was ready to go for an interview. His mother certainly didn't want him to go for the interview looking like that. And she patched him, and within 5 days, all the wounds had actually condensed into a little scab on the top of his mouth, and he was absolutely able to go with confidence to the interview. On the bottom right, this little boy had been in an accident where his finger was chopped off. You can see there was discoloration, absolutely no vascularity in the finger. The mother was devastated, took him to the doctor and pleaded with the doctor or the surgeon to sew back the finger, even though there was no circulation. But look at how remarkable. Due to stem cell reactivation, within 21 days, Paige, look at how this guy's finger had actually transformed back to his natural circulation, where the blackness had turned back into its natural color. Even his nail has started to grow. That is miraculous. And guys, when a youngster has an injury like this, it's very easy for the body to accept the appendage that has been cut off, and it will regraft itself. But for an adult, definitely not easy. It will regard it as a foreign object. And this is why the stem cell patches are incredible, reactivating the stem cells, helping the elderly also recover phenomenally, which they wouldn't do normally. On the left, we can see a gentleman who had been truly injured, very badly injured, and he had placed 3 patches on his face. And when we look after 7 weeks, Paige, I am truly amazed at the youthfulness. The man has transitioned from an elderly looking gentleman to a young man within 7 weeks. Where would you normally see a person recover so beautifully within such a short period of time? Knowing though that there is no specific time, right? Our bodies are going to heal as they should. Very, very impressed by that. Not only do women suffer with menopause and all sorts, but men have their hair falling out as they age, and many men lose their confidence because of this uncontrollable factor. And wearing the X39, we have had such amazing results where we have seen people have their full head of hair grow back. And Paige, I'm not sure if you've heard, but some of the people in the community have actually had their hair grow back the color that they were born with. I am absolutely blown away. Absolutely blown away. And I must say, I've had lots of hair that has fallen out, and I used to use the L'Oreal spray tan to cover it, has actually grown back. So I'm very pleased.
Amazing, Helen. That's fantastic.
Wow. Let's move on to athletes. My very big passion, being a trainer myself and having organized the World Games in Cyprus, being a trainer and being an athlete myself and a professional dancer, I am so excited to see that the athletes have used the Energy Enhancer patch. This is the patch that David came to market with, the very first patch that had launched, being the Energy Enhancer, which is bringing people a lot of increasing the endurance and the cardiovascular functioning and their sports performance. And we can see very renowned athletes that have actually used it. Most people are very familiar with David Beckham, the football player who's worn, it's a twin patch, the Energy Enhancer placed under his collarbone, increasing his performance in the game. We see Serena Williams having won her Wimbledon championships. She's wearing the patch on her wrist. And Lorenzo Salvadori, excuse me, a Superbike champion, actually wore the X39 on the top of his forehead. Why? Because he had to increase his brain functioning while he was traveling at a speed of 300 kilometers an hour. He certainly needed to keep his balance there. On the left, we see, sorry, thank you, Paige.
Sorry,
No, it's okay, no problem. On the left, Michael Phelps had been involved in the Olympic in the Olympic Games in 2004. And this is where we had such a stir in the media, because these athletes had actually won the Olympic Games, but the committee members had come and removed the patches from their bodies, telling them that they could be doping. They could not believe the incredible performance. And they sent these patches to the UCLA microanalytical lab, only to find out that there was nothing in the patch, that it was non-transdermal. There was no trace of doping or drugs. And these athletes were then had to be vindicated, and they had received back their awards. And this is when David's phone hadn't stopped ringing, hey, Paige? And we were so excited because the world had become aware of what was happening. They'd found out about the patches, and we are just so excited that David he allowed this technology not to go into mainstream retail. And if these patches were sitting on the shelf of Dis-Chem or Clicks or Walgreens around the world, we would likely just walk past it, as the energy patches would not be speaking to us. Would that, Paige? The X39 would not be speaking to us. It's definitely something that needs to be shared by word of mouth, and not only would it have created such a huge markup, but we are actually now able to get it at an affordable rate. Very excited and grateful. The X39 is the flagship product. and it definitely is incredible because of the foundation. It's being our foundation patch, and it is the holy grail of anti-aging, but it is extremely well supported by a bouquet of supplementary patches, which complement it for different conditions that people are actually facing or experiencing. Let's just start off with the Ice Wave patch. The Ice Wave patch is an amazing patch for pain reduction. And as we said before, it's not only for headaches, but also maybe bodily pain. And it has absolutely no side effects. It also comes as a twin patch and can be worn on either side of the neck if, for example, you are suffering with a migraine, or on either side of the area of pain that you're experiencing throughout the body, whether it be the knee, the shoulders, the leg, etc. Absolutely wonderful patch to see very quick results. Our glutathione patch is a very powerful patch overall, as it is a powerful antioxidant. It definitely repairs our DNA, it promotes collagen production, and it strengthens our immune system. So it generally does protect our cells overall, and giving us a wonderful sense of health and well-being. And it will remove the toxicity from pesticides, heavy metals, in order for it to work properly. We are so fortunate because glutathione, the glutathione patch, which I recommend to be worn at night because glutathione is produced in the evening, even though it can be worn in the day, increases your glutathione by 300% and lasts for 24 hours. Whereas if you had an injection, or taken it orally, it might only last for maybe 7.5 minutes to 15 minutes, and it will only increase by a couple of percent. Now, carnosine is also an amazing patch, as it works very much with the neurological health. It promotes our heart health, brain and muscle health. It definitely improves our memory and focus and increases our brain functioning. We see that many people suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's are getting a lot of relief from the carnosine patch. And just to share, Paige, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the carnosine patch with the X39 is actually helping us to improve our vision, which is incredible too. The Aeon patch is to reduce inflammation, which we definitely know we do not want a lot of, and it helps to reduce the cortisol. It's definitely known as the happy patch, and it really calms you down. And we recommend that everybody tries the Aeon, please, to reduce the inflammation, to create a healthy environment for the stem cells when they are activated to really go and do their work. We then move on to the X49. The X49 releases the daughter copper peptide. The X39 releases the mother copper peptide. This is why it's promoted in our back office as a brilliant performance bundle patch, a performance bundle, as they both do different things. They both release the stem cells, but they're actually working on different parts of the body. The X49 is going to help you to increase your muscle mass, your bone density, and your heart health. We know very well that as we age, we decalcify, our bones become brittle, we lose our muscle tone, and this patch is an incredible patch. And for those of you who do want to lose body fat, the X39 and the X49 all together can reduce it up to at least 8 to 11% over a 2-month period. Silent Night assists people who might not be able to sleep enough with the X39. They can certainly use the Silent Night, which regulates sleep. It increases the melatonin. It improves the quality. Clinically, it's proven to increase it by 66%. And we know that it's helped a lot of people. The energy enhancer we've discussed before with the athletes, how it increases fat burning by over 30%. So it helps to improve the endurance. SP6. Wow. How many women are suffering with menopause? How many women our age are complaining about weight gain? It is truly, truly difficult to cope with this transition of life. Believe me, those of you who are still young, you're going to not really get accustomed to your hot flushes. We find that the weight patch is not just for women, but for men as well. It helps to manage your weight and your appetite, and certainly does help to balance those hormones, bring you back to a state of homeostasis, and it aids in digestion. And the Alvida patch, oh my goodness, what an incredible patch. It's just been launched in South Africa. We are so blessed in Europe to have the Alvida trio, which is the skin range, as well as the night and day cream, as well as the eye cream, which has just been launched. But this particular patch, ladies and gentlemen, I would truly recommend, because it helps you sleep so beautifully. It works with the pineal gland. It absolutely helps with the oxidative stress and to lower it, and it definitely does build that collagen, which is so crucial. Paige, I would love, okay, let's move on to the next part, and then I'd love for you.
Everybody, I'm Peri Aslanis, and with me is Poppy Kefaluku, and she is going to share with us an experience she has with the LifeWay patches that has to do with her daughter, Sophia. And Poppy, I don't want to say much because we don't have much time.
Okay, just
tell us your
briefly.
experience with Sophia and the patching you have done for the last 3 years.
Okay. I discovered the patches 3 years ago. My daughter Sophia is 23 years old now. When she was 2 months old, she suffered a stroke as a result of the first vaccination. So I discovered the patches about 3 years ago when she was 20 years old. She's had a residual issue with the movement in her hand and in her leg, although she does lots of things. When we applied the patches for pain that she had in her right ankle, we had applied Ice Wave. We found that the next morning when she woke up, she had movement in her leg that we had never been able to attain, except a couple of times when we did Botox injections in her calf muscles. We found that she responds best with Ice Wave to unblock the movement instead of energy. Also, when she applied Eon at the back of her neck on GV14 for pain that she had in the back of her neck, it unblocked movements in her right hand that we had never seen, much finer movements in her fingers. And as a result of that, we were able to return to her occupational therapist and continue work with Splinty. But the big surprise came with the result of using the energy patches to the head, which we were using just generally.
They had the injury protocol.
Yes, the head injury protocol, just to maximize her recovery throughout her body. But the big surprise came because from 7 years old, Sophia was on anti-epileptic medication, and we had never been able to wean her off it because there was always abnormal activity on the EEG, indicating that if the medication was stopped, she was likely to have another seizure. And then last September, after a year of using the patches consistently to the head and then just doing a maintenance a couple of times a week, her EEG was perfectly normal. The neurologist said this is a perfectly normal EEG. This would be the EEG we would get with anybody that we did the test on off the street. And that we can start weaning her to reduce the medication with a view to stopping it totally.
That's fantastic.
And
It's
we're
amazing.
just over the moon. No other therapies were done in between from the ages of 7 to 23. We can't say that we can attribute the change in the EEG to any other factor.
Do you have all those medical records that in
Of
case
course
somebody
I
would
do.
like to take a look at them?
Yeah, of course I do.
That's great. So thank you so much, you and Sophia, for sharing this amazing results on her health. I'm so very proud of you and her, and I would like this to go out so everybody can hear it. And it's the good news that the new technology of LifeWave can offer to people.
Thank you, Betty, for bringing the patches to Greece.
Thank you, Poppy, for sharing, and my love to Sophia for sharing.
Okay.
So thanks guys for watching the whole testimonial with me, and I hope to hear from you soon. As you can see on this last slide here is the power of LifeWays, and all to thanks David Schmidt, our founder and CEO of the company. So don't hesitate. Drop us a message. As you can see, I'll be your distributor, because you saw this product on this video. So please like and subscribe and share my channel so that I can get some financial benefits to do all this work. And just don't forget, guys, this is a miracle patch. That's how it looks like again. That's all it is. No injections, nothing going into your body. It just sticks on parts of your body, and you get all the miracles, the benefits out of it. So please like and subscribe on my channel. My landing page is a list of all diseases and issues that we are having throughout the world now. And if you see one there that relates to one of your family members, friends or loved ones, drop me a message on the number below, which is, as you can see, it's down below, which one it is, and I'll send you live testimonials back from people that are on this technology and getting fantastic results, and you can see it for yourself. So guys, don't hesitate. I'm waiting to hear from you, and thanks for watching the video all the way through, and I'll definitely see you next Saturday when I upload the next testimonial. So enjoy the week, and think about this. It's nothing to think about. It's a no-brainer. But I know for a lot of people, they've got different things going on in their lives and that. So just hook me up and I'll send you more information, and I can hook you up to this technology. You will never be sorry that you've done it. Not only helping people is the most soothing thing in my life, because of what happened, how we got to where we are. I lost my business and all that because of that. So hope to see you next week, and enjoy the week. Stay healthy, stay strong, and stay younger. And let's see each other again next week. Thanks for being here, and greatly appreciated. And I'm definitely waiting to hear from you. We don't need the people to live with suffering and all over the world. Let's do this, guys. We're after 1 billion family. That is our target. Thank you, and enjoy the week. Bye.